Thousands of years ago, a complex and ancient culture evolved in what is now the southern part of Mexico, the Maya culture. We will meet their impressive pyramids, their gods, their rulers and heroes, their obsession with death, ancient temples, labyrinths, and entrances to the underworld.
So remember how you pronounce the name of this place, Senor, again?
Chichen Itza.
And at the end of every 52 years, they have to cover up. So we have to understand the small pyramid is the foundation of the second pyramid.
So for them it was a kind of the renewal of the pyramid because it represented a certain period.
The calendars start again.
Mm-hmm.
91 steps by 4 sides, 364, plus 1 on top, 365.
Mm-hmm.
This is 18 months multiplied with 20 days, 360,
plus 5.
And they use it a short month with only 5 days. These last days, it was the most important. It was the days when they killed more people to please to the gods, to asking for another period of 52.
And understood that every year they did a kind of cleaning and they replaced in...
That's right on top of the pyramid, it was a sacred mountain. When they went to the top, they had communication with the gods. And that communication was for the farmers. And they have to cultivate the land. Look at that serpent has 2 different names. From Mexico City, the name of that feathered serpent is Quetzalcoatl. When they came to Yucatan, they took a Mayan name. And they have to call Kukulkan. But please, you have to write with C, not with K. With K is a new fashion to write, but no meaning. Kukulkan is feather, come serpent. Kukul feather, come serpent. See? It's there. Over the Maya serpent without feathers. That representing domination over the Mayas. Personality of Kukulkan, as mom, as bird and a serpent. From the mouth of the serpent, a face come out. See? I have something like this here. The mouth of the serpent is the rattlesnake and the human being. The serpent transmits to the human being the knowledge. A great mythology introduced by the Toltec people.
What is the snake itself in the Maya?
The Maya,
like this, because it's very important to them.
Yes, is the rattlesnake. Only the rattlesnake, but that is the rattlesnake with the feather serpent. The body is covered with feathers. See?
But why is it the serpent which is so...
Because that, as I told you before, that is a great mythology introduced by the Toltec people. Before the Maya people worship that serpent. That's why they never practice the human sacrifice. The Maya people practice only self-sacrifice. They never died. They never gave their own life. It was in different period, in different time, when the Toltec people changed the life of the Mayas. The Mayas became more aggressive than the Toltec. If you see his legs, no skin, no flesh.
No skin or flesh?
No skin or flesh?
No flesh.
Ah.
Okay. Why is that?
Because they represent the death symbol. When they play the game, at the end of the game, the winner go to the heaven because he believed it to be in a special place at the heaven.
So he's flying, essentially.
He believed it to reincarnate. Reincarnation. Okay? That is the loser. The loser has a knife. The loser has the head of the winner. The winner is kneeling. His head is missing from his neck. 7 serpents come out. One of the serpents represents the fertility of the land with fruit and a flower down. 7 players to the right, 7 players to the left.
What was the thought behind the fact that they sacrificed them in the hole? In the Cenote?
What happened, before they kill any person, practice the decapitation of the player, they took the heart out or to push it into the well. They drank hallucination drinking.
Okay.
They don't feel how they die.
Okay.
See, when they get it, the drug to give to the person who are going to die.
Yeah.
See, they made a tea with the bark. So, from this tree you get a bark, you make a tea, you take it and you fly to another dimension. For a long time, they believed it was obligation. They choose the person. The person had before deformation of the head, cross eyes, and they feel it. See, I am going to show you in this moment. They select the brain and the bones. They want to know what kind of sickness they suffered before.
Yeah.
See, they practice the feeling.
Okay.
See here. See, no cavities, because they didn't have sugar cane. The sugar cane was introduced by the Spaniards. Can I make a question for you?
Mm-hmm.
What don't they have?
A face?
Oh, that's the face. What don't they have? I'm going to find my photo. Born, with cross eyes.
So that's a good sign then.
See, after 6-7 generations, see, they are born with cross eyes.
And is that because of these deformations?
I don't know exactly.
This was again, like you told before, for the people who were sacrificed.
For sacrifice. Or also they use the steam bath to be up to the observatory and to watch the stars. The mind has to be clean when they watch the stars.
This is the astronomer's tower.
This is the place where they watch it. They watch Venus, they watch stars, sun, moon, constellation, eclipse, everything here. And as I told you before, today they believe it. They watch with the cross eyes. See? Look the tower. Look the door. Above the door, there is a decoration. The decoration is a little off to the right.
Yeah.
See? The tower has an inclination to the south.
Yeah.
In solstice time, June 21st and December, we have a chance to see this phenomenon early in the morning, 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
See the window? The pyramid is the equinox, March 21st and September. And here is June and December.
Okay.
With the Venus star. Each time when the Venus star come out, it was a revolution against the Mayas and the people. People fighting all the time. Sometimes they said it was a good symbol, sometimes they said it was not a good symbol. That depends the people who write the history about the prediction of the people. See? Okay, I want to show you a ruler seated in Buddha, Buddha position. See? Hands like that. See? Face deteriorated. Also, look the nose position. Ask him, give him. Ask him, give him. In Mexico, we have a special knowledge, power, ending.
Ending?
Ending, why? Because here in Mexico, after 71 years old, when wife and men are living, they don't want to have more sex. They want to be together at the end of the days.
Yeah.
Before, they are strong.
And what does it mean?
Mayan lattice work representing duality symbol, life and death, female and male, and also honey. Honeycombs when you open. Where do you honey put the honey?
Duality. Life and death.
Life and death, female and male, is the duality symbol.
I've been seeing so many of these crosses in many symbols, and I didn't know why is it coming back.
Is the Mayan lattice work, and that decoration
Duality.
is coming from another archaeological site located 250 kilometers from here, Uxmal.
And that's where we're going.
Are you going to Uxmal?
But what was the purpose of the arch? Is that
The
known?
arches, well, the arches, represent, a passageway between one side to another side. Or sometimes, as I showed you before, it was the entrance of the city. See? The arch had many purposes for the Mayas.
We move from Chichen Itza to the Bec Hills, where a couple of interesting sites are located. First, we visit Kabah. The Bec region has limestone ground, which absorbs water. It is a dry land, and because of that, water is important. The center of the square has a Lol-tun, a large reservoir to store water for the dry season. In front of it is a building dedicated to Shak, the rain god with the curved nose. This building is known as the Palace of the Masks. It is noon, and lizards enjoy the heat of the sun. The sun casts its rays and creates shadows at the center of this square. Take a look at the shadow. It's exactly aligned with the building. For the lizards, noon means lunchtime. But we think about something that Raoul taught us the day before. About squares. The squares that are integrated in the Maya houses and in their city plans as well.
Sun.
So this is the house, the way how they construct
And what does they also put it in a square?
in a square.
And then this is a pyramid. Is it,
Yeah.
I've learned it from ecotherapists. This is grounding. Grounding, and then this is sealing off your place, your sacred place.
So even though the buildings around the square are impressive, the most important thing is the sundial in the center, the sacred place of this square. The Mayas believed that the world was flat and a square. At the four corners of the world, the gods of the winds would roll up the sky, high above this building and this vulture. And as with any Mayan square, the acoustic is fantastic. If a building is not dedicated to a god, then often it is dedicated to the local Maya ruler. Although the mask above this ruler's head is actually the mask of the god Shak. So just like a pharaoh, they associated themselves with gods, or showed their victories and their conquests and the sacrifices of their conquered victims. And once more, we end our tour of this location at a huge arch. The arch is part of a kind of highway, a Sak Bay or wide road, that leads 18 kilometers towards the next city. We visit the site of Uxmal, which means 3 times built, as it has been built and abandoned 3 times between the 6th and the 10th century in the Classic period.
So this building might be used as a cathedral, to worship the most important god, Chak, because on the other side, which is the main facade, we'll see exactly as decoration 52 faces of the rain god. The Sayil, when they used to cover the buildings to build another one. You see the mouth, the eyes, the ears, the square stone with the hole in the middle. But you see this the little hole, used to be from the earth's phallic symbols coming out, but all of them were broken off by the Spanish for years. And the pyramid symbolized the temple, tower, mountain, where only the very important could climb, because they used to climb on zigzag undulating way, like the snake, which is easy, less tired, most elegant, and this was kind of respect. The mouth is the doorway. Above you see the two eyes, and the nose is broken off. Represents a huge mass of the ring. I mean the opening in the mouth. You see the two eyes. Well, you can see always add numbers on the openings. In front, you see 5 openings. You see here 7, 9, 11, 3, and 5. It doesn't give symmetry, but it breaks the monotony. And you see how the central opening is always wider, and that means it was dedicated to a god, which was much more. So they didn't use doors, they had curtains, no windows. You see little holes below for ventilation, illumination, because the rooms, all of them were white in those days for illumination. I mean, they didn't use torches. There are not evidences of smoke. They look dark because of it. So you can see in front like a pyramid upside down. You see double-headed snakes. I mean, you see the head of a snake on each side. That represents duality. You got it?
Yeah.
You see something like a pyramid.
Yeah.
You see 8 lines. On each side of each line, you see the head of a snake.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Where the double-headed snake represents, the Mayan, they all represent duality. I mean, we'll see double-headed snakes, which represents the day, night, life, death. We'll see double-headed jaguar, which represents the civil and the religious power, because the jaguar is symbol of power. And the famous feather snake, Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl, represents also duality. I mean, represents the power of the heaven and the earth, because the feathers are related always with the paradise, with the cosmos, with the gods, and the snake with the earth, because the snake is the only animal that when he moves, touch with holy body, the earth. So that means represents duality. The feathers, snakes, Kukulkan represents duality, the heaven and the earth.
Say that. Could you repeat that once more? So the crosses are representing the sky, the stars.
Or maybe the snake skin, the scale that you see on the snake skin, because the snake on the cosmos, I mean in the universe, represents the Milky Way, because you can see the constellation like this, like a snake. Well, just above of the figure, you see the head of the jaguar, symbol of power, symbol of royalty. The Indian Chile said that in those days there was a special language spoken only by the elite who controlled the knowledge. The common people were analphabet. There was a revolution and the poor ones killed the elite who controlled the knowledge, and everything was lost. Anyway, when the Spanish came, this was already abandoned. I mean, the Spanish found only the common people, not the elite. The Mayan civilization was declined. Astronomically, because you see, the rings are always orientated from east to west. The sun rises and the sun sets. Represents duality, the moon against the sun, the day against the night. And you see how the ball court is the only building which is much lower in comparison with another building, because this was related with the underworld.
As Jorge finishes his tour, we climb the highest temple of Uxmal, a temple that precedes the heavens. It is a windy place, and it's dedicated to 7 Macau, the constellation of the Great Bear. The crosses represent the stars, and the rectangular circles represent the winds and the clouds. All the symbols are dedicated to the heavens. And when we take a closer look, we see more representations of birds, likely 7 Macau, and also stars, 7 stars. After our visit to the heavens, we go down and prepare for a visit to the underworld.
Yeah.
The Mayans found the name of the lotus Sometimes tourists ask me, Lol-tun is a French name, it was a god shaman. What is the name of the cave that Mayan here? The sound says Lol-tun. You want to try? You can do it in here and then there. Inside it's hollow, it's cool.
Oh, there.
Yeah, small ones.
Oh.
They put the painting in the mouth, they put the hands on the wall, like an airbrush.
Okay.
In this cave, the prehistoric, they use in different pigments. They use in plants, Russian trees to prepare the painting.
Then it's still there after so many years.
Yes. Now, like in Europe now they close the grottos to protect the painting because the air, the humidity makes the paintings come out.
Our visit to the Puc region comes to an end, and we visit Uxmal, the beautiful sites, Labna and Sayil. We see a familiar scene, a face that comes out of the jaws of a snake. It represents royalty and wisdom. The local version of Jacques is also creative, and you see a moustache, his teeth, his eyes and his nose. A bit peculiar are the detailed heads that you see at the bottom of the houses, at cornerstones. Next we move on to the Chiapas region, to the world-famous city of Palenque. The original name of Palenque was La Cama, the place of the great waters. The Mayas cleverly created an irrigation system with channels and aqueducts to irrigate the land. The city is situated in the hills. The hills were used to build the temples high up in the sky. So again we see the concept of holy mountains. But these temples are not only dedicated to deities, gods, or to the sun, but also to ancestors and important events in the life of the rulers or the ancestors of those rulers. In the background we can see the palace. Temples can be dedicated to victories in war. You see a nailed chieftain of another tribe. This impressive building are the remains of the palace of the royal family. The tower is a watchtower for stars, like Venus, and the set and rise of Venus was used to predict the proper time to go to war. The inscriptions and decorations inside the building are dedicated to enthronement of kings, births of princes, or wars against other tribes. This stucco depicts how Pakal receives the crown from his mother. Right below the watchtower is the war room, where the noblemen gathered with the king. War was a matter between both people and spirits. The headdress of this nobleman is dedicated to Tlaloc, the god of war. The blend of writing and art is simply impressive. Next to the palace is a build with a temple and a tomb dedicated to Pakal. He started his reign when he was 12 and he died when he was 80 years old. And next to this pyramid is another building dedicated to his wife, the Red Queen. You can still visit her grave and the tomb.
For the topography of the area and all of that, the decision was called in two different names, Rio Bec and Puc. But you go to the two different places and you see the pillars, the temple construction, and the mask in the pyramids is the same thing. Both styles are same.
But it does not have a meaning in a sense, like the round does not mean something, and these
No,
angles,
really.
it's really style.
Exactly.
Okay.
In theory, that is very interesting pyramid because the Maya people in here try to represent the two different styles together, the Rio Bec and the Peten. And up to the pyramid, we have the chance to see the circular pillar incompletely. That is for Rio Bec style. The person in front represents the monster Kawat, the gods of the underworld. This is another monster Kawat. This is the amphibian. Sorry, this is the reptile. This is the amphibian. And the snake. This is the T. Another T. This is the mouth open. And in here, this is the eyes. We have the same snake in here. In that part, this is the mouth open, the eyes, and here, that glyph in here represent the sun. They represent the sunrise, and this represent the sunset, like the good things and the bad things.
Yeah.
And that is represented at the jaguar, but the jaguar is represented like capture. It's like in that position. Here in the mural, we have the chance to see the three different levels of the world. This is represent the gods of the underworld, the monster Kawat, the snake, the jaguar. The amphibian and the reptile represent the species which have the chance to live in both worlds, in the underworld or in the common world.
That's the reptile.
Exactly. And both species have the mouth open. And from the mouth is coming out the kings. They represent like more highest power, like kings or gods. This is the other level. And the snakes and the reptiles and the amphibian represent the gods of the fertility. The name is Labna. In theory, it's a kind of association of the three different worlds: the common world, the sky, and the underworld. In here, this is represent of the water gods. Check. There is the eyes. This is the nose. This is the earring in here. Here is most visible. You see that part? This is represent the thunder. This is the teeth in here. And this is the front of the other mask. It's a different complex. Originally, in theory, there are three. And that must represent what that room is the most important. And what that room is used only for meditation. You came here, that room is more bigger than the other, and it don't have a bed for sleep. It use a meditation place. The person when he's doing the meditation in that moment, he choose the royal family, and use that area just for do meditation and for do auto sacrifice. Can we mind choose a king here? This was we say. Wow, I tried to say that.
Like in India with Buddha.
In that position, and is eating something hallucinous plants like peyote. You know peyote? It's a kind of cactus plant which came to the north part of Mexico. It's used for agriculture for doing hallucinous plant, or take hallucinogenic mushroom, fungus, and all of the plants. And in the hallucinations, that person take some plant with special grade, but when he's opened the eye, he saw the reflex in front, not the person is sitting in the same position. This is the ancestor, the other king what he died before. And start talking with that person, and the ancestor bring information about to win the wars and all of that. And or is here the king and the queen is up the bottle ceramic in front, and with a massive spike the plant the name and the king is the perforation in the tongue and strong the string on the middle of the tongue. And the queens do the same thing. In that case the queen represent the queen have the same power of the king, and is collecting all the blood which came out with the string in the ceramic. And after that is put the string into the ceramic. The string take all the blood, put the fire at the string. The string will be burned with the blood, and this is a sacrifice for the gods.
Mooi, dat is een tijger.
This is represent at the body of the snake. The snake is go like that. And the head of the snake start to come here. This is the eyes, another eyes, another eyes. This is the representation of the gods of the fertility of this snake. And this is representing complete the entrance to the old world. Do that because it's used that purification for go and connect with the gods in the principal church, principal temple. For the kings, when he's go to the underworld, he's go to connect with the gods, he's need go with incompletely clean because he don't want to bring any sick to the gods. The face is represented the snake.
Oh, there was a snake.
Yes. And the tongue of the snake is representing the corn plant.
Oh, I see.
In that case, that is the tongue. This is the eyes. The earring. This is like the front of the snake. This is the mouth. It's open like this. And this is the tongue. The tongue start to go out and start to go down like this. And that is the same thing in here. The snake is represent at the gods of the fertility, at the Labna. In that archaeological site and principle in the Rio Bec style, you have more the representation of the Isabna and the water gods.
Today we rise early to visit one of the largest Maya cities that have ever existed, Calakmul. Ironically, this huge Maya city is now a nature reserve. It's a bit like over 1,000 years, New York City will be the largest nature reserve of the United States.
The corn.
They eat all the corn.
You can leave your cornfield for 2 days.
And the parrots will wipe it out.
Did they use anything to lie on, dried grass or anything? Because this is really hard, of course.
Exactly, but now it's more rocks. Now is rocks are super stucco. It's used a kind of animal skin, When you are king, you have the chance to use the jaguar skin to cover your back.
But still, it's very hard.
Yeah. But sometimes when you have your back is hard, you can. The recommendation of the doctor is to sleep in the floor. And in theory, it's sleep in one of the beds.
You go inside?
Yes.
Okay.
First, here we have the snake skin, the molting. The molting is really big, it's like 1
It's a
meter,
long.
a little bit more. Okay. That sector down here is the meditation part. Now it's clear for the torch, but when we turn off the torch, it's in completely dark. When the Maya people close the first door, the first room is dark, and this is in completely dark. You don't have any vision.
So it was like this.
Exactly. And after that, the important people, like part of the real family, is came inside here for the connection with the gods, see the illusion of motion, the kind of drugs.
Oh, they are all around.
But it's even as
You wanna see it?
no.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's where they are.
That is because the Maya culture never believe about the die. For the Maya people, the day never exists. It's just the time, it's just the moment. The Maya people believe about the reincarnation or resurrection in other, not in other person. It's more like in animal or in a plant.
High up the highest temple of the city, we have a look over the forest and look at the wooden people from the Maya creation story.
In Maya mythology, we are creation of for two gods, the name Honekbu and Shmukane. That gods start the creation in the sky and start to choose special materials for make the creation of the humanity. The first start with the clay. The clay its function is to make a perfect human, but the clay is really fragile and it doesn't have a heart, it doesn't have any feels, and it doesn't work for a long time. And after that, the gods choose another material, the wood, make the humans is more hard support, but the problem is doesn't have a heart. The next material, and the perfect one, is the corn. For that part, for the corn, we have the representation of the Maya person at that time with the sun deformation of the skull like represent at the corn flower. Because try to represent what all the humans are corn. In theory, the gods start the creation in the sky. Is choose the corn, is put the corn in the ceramic, in the clay, and is put a blue above gods. But in the skies, it doesn't have a fertility. In real world, we don't have a fertility. The place where is the fertility is the underworld, where is the Labna, the gods of the fertility. In that case, it's make the creation in the underworld of the humans, but it is not possible to leave the humans in the underworld because it's the place for the gods. The only place where the humans have the chance to live is in the world. In that case, the gods leave the humans in that world, the humanity. We start to get the control of all the world, but we need to respect other creators. In that case, the gods. The gods in the underworld and the gods in the sky.
Now with the three of them.
Wow, the tree is playing.
4.
4?
Four.
I thought 4. Maybe 3.
Wow.
Oh, one fell.
30 going up again.
Look at that.
Look, I just go to the same place to keep playing.